Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. A little early morning, late night baseball action. Going to continue with our 1977 New York Metropolitan replay and continue our series with the Dodgers here at Shea. The date is August 2nd, 1977. We fastly approach the game that Uncle Ron from Retro Sports Network, Ron Juckett, his first Major League Baseball game at Shea. But this is not it. Today we have the Dodgers at 63-42 take on the surprising New York Go-Go Mets 53-50. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire, is at the ballpark. He says, "Play ball, a nice night at Shea." Yes, it is. So let's get to the starting lineups and play some baseball. For the Dodgers, Davey Lopes is at second. He'll lead off. Bill Russell bats second at shortstop. Reggie Smith in right field bats third. The Penguin, Ron Cey, patrols the hot corner and will bat cleanup. Mr. Clean, Steve Garvey, is at first base batting fifth. Dusty Baker's in left batting sixth. Burke is in center field, and he will bat seventh. Steve Yeager's behind the plate. He'll do the catching for Tommy John, and he'll bat eighth. And batting ninth is the left-handed thrower Tommy John, who's had reconstructive surgery on his elbow. Thus, the Tommy John surgery. For the New York Metropolitans, Lenny Randle, riding a 32-game hit streak, will bat first, play third base. Felix Millan, the Cat, will bat second at second base. Mike Vail, who crushes left-handed pitching, will bat third. He's in right field. Henderson, that's Steve Henderson's in left, the worst 300 hitter I've ever seen in my life, and we put him in the cleanup spot. Movie star handsome Lee Mazzilli's in center, bats fifth. Jerry Grody does the catching. He'll bat sixth. Doug Flynn's at short and will occupy the seventh spot. Cranepool, that's Eddie Cranepool, is at first base. He'll bat eighth. And the struggling left-hander John Matlack will take the mound and bat ninth. Matlack, in the replay, 3-8, 4.75. In actuality, 7-15, 4.21. Matlack's good for 140 pitches. Let's hope they're good. Jerry Grody is his battery mate behind the plate. 4 out of 10 defensive range, 6 out of 10 arm. Randall, average at third. Flynn, very good at short. Same with Millan at second. Mets strong up the middle. Cranepool, average at first. Steve Henderson, 6 out of 10 range with a Suzy Q arm of a 2. Lee Mazzilli, 6 and 6, range and arm. And Mike Vail, 7 out of 10 range, 8 out of 10 arm in right. So here's Davey Lopes. Lopes, an excellent bunter, batting .266, 7 homers, and 35 ribbies. Corners move in. Randall in at third. Cranepool in at first. Matlack will go aggressive. Ground ball. Cranepool has it, and he'll race to the bag. Out number 1. Matlack jams him. Captain Carl's at Shea. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. I'll bring up Billy Russell, shortstop, batting .269, 3 homers, 41 ribbies. He, too, is a very good bunter. Reggie Smith on deck. Here's the pitch to Russell. Ground ball, right side. Cranepool backhands it, throws to Matlack, covering the bag. 2 up, 2 down. Matlack seems to be in a zone right now. And here comes the right fielder, Reggie Smith. Smith, switch hitter, batting righty, off the left-handed, throwing Matlack. .287, 19 homers, 67 ribbies. Matlack kicks and fires. And he strikes him out. The side is retired. Excellent job by John Matlack. Tommy John's on the hill for the Dodgers. In the replay, 10 and 7 with a 3.14. In reality, it was 20 and 7 with a 2.78. Strikes out a ton. You got to be ready to swing. Yeager's behind the plate. Very good defensive catcher. 7 out of 10 range, 9 out of 10 arm. The Penguins at third. He's excellent. 7 out of 10. Russell's excellent at short, 7 out of 10. Lopes outstanding at second, 9 out of 10. And Mr. Clean, Steve Garvey, well, he's a perfect 10 out of 10 at first. Dusty Baker's in left, 7 out of 10 range, 3 out of 10 arm. You can run on him. And you can definitely run on Burke in center. 3 out of 10 range, 2 out of 10 arm. Reggie Smith, old man Reggie's in right. The range has slipped away. He's 4 out of 10, but his arm's still there, 7 out of 10. I mistakenly said Lenny Randle had a 32-game hit streak. He has a 34-game hit streak. Corners are in for Randle. Here's the pitch from John. Randle swinging away, and he strikes out. Tommy John befuddles him with the off-speed pitch. 1 down. Here comes Felix Millan. Millan batting .243, no homers, 36 ribbies. Yeager sets the target. Pitch homeward bound to Felix. Millan swings, fly ball, left center field. Burke goes and makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And here comes Mike Vail. Vail crushes left-handed pitching, .355. 10 homers, 28 ribbies. Steve Henderson on deck. John nods his head. The pitch to Vail. And Vail strikes out. The side is retired. So Matlack and John are dominant in the first. We go to the top of the second. No score here at Shea. Due up for the Dodgers, Say, Garvey, and Baker. Ron Say, the Penguin, .234, 18 homers, and 60 ribbies. Jerry Grody wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch from Matlack to Say. That ball's driven deep. Henderson in the corner looking up. It is gone down the left field line. And that's the John Matlack we know in the replay. 1-0 Dodgers. Bippity boppity boom goes the ball. And the Penguin crushes it and touches them all. Henderson can only look up and admire. So 1-0 Dodgers. They strike first. There's Steve Garvey. He has a 20-game hitting streak, .277, 19 homers, 64 ribbies. There's the pitch around. Garvey, fly ball. Vail on the run makes the catch. Out number 1. So Garvey reached for that one, and he flies out to Vail. Now bring up the left fielder Dusty Baker, batting .265, 19 homers, and 51 ribbies. They're going to go aggressive to Baker. Baker rips a shot past Flynn into left. Henderson retrieves it and throws it back in. So Baker's at first. Kranepool holds him on. And here comes Glenn Burke batting below 200 with 2 ribbies, no homers. The pitch to Burke. And that's a shot to left center field. Baker hits second and holds up. Matlack finding himself in the usual position of runners on base and him struggling on the mound. Here's Steve Yeager. On deck, Tommy John. Yeager, .236, 12 homers, and 51 ribbies. Double play gets Matlack out of the inning. Grody pounds the mitt, sets the target. The pitch to Yeager. And that's a base hit left center. Henderson has it. Baker is going to be waved around. Here's the throw to the plate by Henderson. And Baker is out! Henderson guns out Baker, but the ball gets away, but he's out. He is out. They do not change the call. Baker continues to argue, but it was when Grody was trying to transfer the ball that he dropped it, and it rolled away from him when he kicked it. So there are 2 outs. Once again, Baker is thrown out by the pop gun arm of Steve Henderson in left, but will take it. There's the base hit by Yeager. Henderson, a quick release and an accurate throw. Grody really blocked that plate well. And when he tried to pull the ball out of the glove, he dropped it and then kicked it away from himself. Runners advance. Burke is at third. Yeager's at second. 2 outs. Tommy John at the plate. Here's the pitch from Matlack to John. And John singles to center. And 2 runs score. My God, John Matlack, you stink. It's 3-0 Dodgers. Tommy John in reality, let's see if we can get that there. In reality, batted .177. In the replays, batting .298. I would say he's overperforming. And here's Davey Lopes, 0 for 1. They'll go aggressive to Lopes. Lopes grounds it right side foul. 2-2 count to Davy. John being held on by Cranepool. They'll throw over. John gets back. Pitch homeward bound to Lopes. And, of course, a base hit to left center. Tommy John goes first to third. He thinks he's Willie Mays. And John Matlack's going to do it to me again. 3-0 Dodgers. Bill Russell at the plate, 0 for 1. The pitch to Russell. Ground ball. Cranepool has it. Flips to Matlack. Covering. Did they get him? Yes! Oh my lord. Matlack took his sweet time getting over there. Side is retired, but the Dodgers strike for 3. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Los Angeles. Due up for the Metropolitans. Henderson, who threw out Baker at the plate. Then Lee Mazzilli and Jerry Grody. Here's the pitch to Steve Henderson. Henderson gets a base hit by the miracle of God. And he's on. Now bring up movie star handsome Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli batting .288, 4 homers, and 35 ribbies. Pitch to Mazzilli. And Mazzilli grounds to Russell. Russell throws to Lopes, who relays to Garvey. 6-4 to 3. 2 outs, bases empty. And Jerry Grody, the catcher, strides to the plate. Grody, batting .331 again, lives and feasts on left-handed pitching. No homers, 15 ribbies. Yeager wiggles the fingers. The pitch to Grody. And Grody singles up the middle. Double play ball. Proves very costly now. So Grody's at first. 2 outs for Doug Flynn. Flynn, 202, no homers, 18 ribbies. Flynn chokes up just a bit on the bat. Here's the junker from John. And Flynn fouls it back. John actually came with his fastball. That's 86 miles per hour. 0-2 count on Flynn. Grody will be off on contact. Once again into the breach goes John. And Flynn grounds it. Russell has it, throws to first, and the side is retired. Top of the third, 3-0 Dodgers. Reggie Smith will be followed by Ron Cey and Steve Garvey. Reggie Smith is 0 for 1. Matlack trying to regroup after an awful second inning. He kicks and deals to Smith. And he strikes him out. Great job by Matlack. As Smith cut away at nothing but air on the slider. Ron Cey, the Penguins, 1 for 1. Grody goes through the signs. Matlack quickly nods his head. He rocks and deals to Cey. Cey grounds it back to Matlack, who throws to Cranepool. So Matlack settled down once again. Ken Castro, Lee Mazzilli, former speed skater, was pretty good. He was a solid player. He was. 2 outs, bases empty for Steve Garvey. Garvey, 20-game hitting streak, 0 for 1. Matlack arms down to his chest. The high leg kick and the pitch to Garvey. Garvey rips a shot to Randall, who makes the leaping catch at third, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 Dodgers. Due up for the Mets before Al, Red Sox fan, goes into a sneezing fit. Let's see if we can control this. Ed Cranepool, John Matlack in the top of the order, Lenny Randall. Cranepool is in there for his defense. Struggles mightily against left-handed pitching. Here's the pitch from John to Cranepool. And Cranepool lines out to Baker in left. He tried to go the other way, and he lines out. Nice piece of hitting. Good thought, but it's an out. And here comes John Matlack. Tommy John deals quickly to his counterpart. And Matlack strikes out on cue. So 2 up, 2 down, top of the order. And here's Lenny Randall, 34-game hit streak on the line. Here's the drag bunt. And Randall drops it down, but Yeager smartly lets it go foul. 0-2 count on Lenny. Lenny, switch hitter, batting righty. He's going to try a drag bunt with 2 strikes. And he strikes out. Oh, boy. We ran the risk. We knew the risks and the rewards. There was no reward in that one. Top of the fourth, 3-0 Dodgers. Due up for the Dodgers, Baker, Burke, and Yeager. Matlack back up on the bump, 57 pitches, good for 140. Dusty Baker is 1 for 1. He singled in the second. Here's the pitch to Baker. And Baker, left center field, Mazzilli cuts it off. Baker's 2 for 2. Now bring up Glenn Burke. who's 1 for 1. We're going to go aggressive to Burke and hope for a double play. Ground ball, Flynn, Mian, Kranepool. We got what we wanted. Sometimes you get that. 6-4 to 3. Matlack really bared down there. So 2 outs, base is empty for Steve Yeager. The catcher's 1 for 1. Matlack rubs up the baseball. Grody goes through the signs. Matlack nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Yeager. Yeager grounds it. Flynn ranges to his left, backhands, fires, bang, bang, play. Did they get him? No! And there's going to be an error as the throw made Kranepool could not keep his foot on the bag. So that is an error on Doug Flynn. The inning stays alive for Tommy John. Matlack goes right at John. And that's a deep fly ball. Henderson in the corner makes the catch. John bidding for extra bases, but he is denied. Dave Gardner is in the chat. How you doing? That's all right, Dave. 5 people already unsubbed me today. You can be the 6th. Mian, Vale, and Henderson. Felix the Cat is 0 for 1. John's ready. The flutter ball flies forth. And Mian sends that ball left field and deep. Baker looking up. It's gone! Felix the Cat puts the Metropolitans on the board. Bippity boppity boom! And it's 3-1. Dodgers lead cut to 2. There's the bippity boppity boom. And Felix Mian will prance around the bases. 3-1. Here comes Mike Vale. Let's see if they go back-to-back jacks. That's an unlikely power source there, was Felix the Cat. Vale 0 for 1. John trying to regroup. He deals to Mike Vale. And Vale grounds it back to John, who throws it to Garvey for out number 1. Here comes Steve Henderson. He's 1 for 1. Mazzilli on deck. Yeager pounds the mitt, sets the target. Pitch homeward bound. Henderson swings. Popped up. No man's land. Russell racing out. And it drops in between Baker and Russell. And Henderson is 2 for 2. Tying run comes to the plate. And movie star handsome Lee Mazzilli. He is 0 for 1. The pitch to Mazzilli. And Mazzilli grounds it to Russell. Russell to Lopes. And Mazzilli beats out the double play ball as Henderson went in quite hard, upending Davey Lopes. A few words are said. And I don't think they're saying be kind to your mother. So the tying run comes to plate, and Jerry Grody, the catcher's 0 for 1. No home runs in the replay, no home runs in reality in 1977. Mazzilli held on by Garvey. The pitch to Grody. Grody, base hit to right. Mazzilli hits second on his way to third. Here come the go-go Metropolitans. In the bottom of the 4th, trailing by 2, and it's Doug Flynn. Flynn's 0 for 1. He did make an error last inning. Didn't cost the Mets, though. Flynn chokes up on the bat. Here's the offering from John. And Flynn! Base hit to center, 3-2 Mets. Grody will hold up at second. So Doug Flynn slaps that ball to center. And it's 3-2. Eddie Kranepool steps to the plate. Kranepool 0 for 1. Kranepool struggles mightily against left-handed pitching. He's in there for his glove, though. Grody will be off on contact. He represents the tying run at second. Flynn the go-ahead run at first. Here's the pitch to Kranepool. Kranepool strikes out, but the Mets score 2. We go to the top of the 5th. 3-2 Dodgers. Matlack, getting a semi-reprieve from the governor, only down 1, will face the top of the Dodgers order. Lopes, Russell, and Smith. Corners move in, as Lopes is an excellent bunter. Randall in at third. Kranepool in at first. They'll go aggressive. And he strikes out Lopes. Matlack with a little smile now, getting some of that confidence back. 1 out. And here comes Bill Russell. Russell's over 2. They're going to go aggressive to Russell. Russell grounds it. Flynn ranging to his right, throws to Kranepool, who holds the bag. This time the throw was a little low and away, but Kranepool, nice job. 2 down. 3-2, top of the 5th, and here's Reggie Smith, former Red Sox, 1967 Impossible Dream Team. He's 0 for 2. Kranepool takes a deep breath. The big windup and the pitch to Smith. Smith rips a shot to Randall, who makes the catch. Great reaction by Lenny Randall. He flips the ball to a fan as he goes to the dugout. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 3-2. Dodgers due up for the go-go Metropolitans. You have Jon Matlack in the top of the order, Lenny Randall, and Felix Millan. Millan has homered. Matlack has thrown 82 pitches, good for 140. Here's the pitch to Matlack, and he strikes out. Tommy John has now K'd 6 Metropolitans. Matlack has been a victim twice. Lenny Randall is 0 for 2, has a 34-game hitting streak. Corners are in. Say in at third, Garvey in at first. Millan on deck. John nods his head. Here's the pitch. Randall strikes out. Oh boy, 0 for 3. Could his hit streak be coming to an end? Randall says he didn't go, but the man in blue put his arm up. So with 2 outs, it's Felix the Cat. He's 1 for 2. Home run. Vail on deck. Here's the pitch to El Gato. And it's a ground ball. Russell, long throw, but it's a good, strong throw, and they get Millan by 3 steps. The side is retired. Top of the 6th, Dodgers 3, Metropolitans 2. Here at Shea is Fanatics of Film, and he says, "Holy cow," in his best Phil Rizzuto imitation. God rest Phil's soul. Due up for the Dodgers, Say, Garvey, and Dusty Baker. Ron Say, the Penguin, is 1 for 2. Matlack nods his head. Grody sets the target. The pitch to the Penguin. And that's a base hit left center field. Henderson cuts it off. So Say's on. And here's Garvey. He has a 20-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 2. They're going to go aggressive. Hope for the double play ball. It's a bunt. Grody goes to first, and Millan steps on the bag on the wow. Garvey places the bunt down. That's a team player there. Riding a 20-game hit streak, he decides to bunt Say into scoring position with only 1 out. Here's Dusty Baker. Burke is on deck. They will walk Baker intentionally. And here comes Burke. Burke is 1 for 2. He does have a single, but he's only batting .169, which means he'll hit a 3-run homer off Jon Matlack. Mets looking at their bullpen right now. Here comes Rick Baldwin. We've seen enough of Mr. Jon Matlack. Rick Baldwin, who is deadly against righties, comes into the game. Important situation here. We'll try to get a double play ball. As you got Burke, Yeager, and John, all righties. Matlack's day is done. He can only lose it. And he is responsible for Say and Baker on the base paths. Rick Baldwin 1-4 with 1 save. 4.79 ERA. In actuality, 1-2 with 1 save, 4.45. But righties in 1977 batted .199, and that's what we pretty much use him for, to try to get righties out. He's going to go aggressive to Burke. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out. 2 down. Here's Steve Yeager, the catcher. He's 1 for 2. Runners will be off on contact. Say 5 out of 10 running ability. The same with Baker. Say at second, Baker at first. Baldwin rubs up the baseball. He's back up on the bump. Grody wiggles the fingers. The pitch to Yeager. And he strikes him out! So Baldwin comes in, does his J-O-B, striking out Burke. And Yeager pumps his fist. The fans rise to their feet. Unbelievable. Yep. Captain Carl, you are correct. 1977 was the year Randall beat up his manager, Frank Lucchese, for the Rangers. And the Rangers released him, and the Mets picked him up. All right, due up for the Metropolitans, who trail by 1. Vail, Henderson, and Mazzilli. Vail's 0 for 2. Average is now dropped to 350. Henderson on deck. Yeager goes through the signs. John acknowledged with a quick nod of the head. The pitch to Vail. And he strikes him out. So Tommy John is befuddling Mike Vail with that flutter ball. And here comes Steve Henderson. He's 2 for 2. He has singled twice. The last one, a blooper that fell between Say, Russell, and Baker in left. Henderson hit 12 homers. In reality, he only has 2 for the Mets right now, so he's due. The pitch to Henderson. And it's a base hit up the middle, so maybe he's going to get hot now. Again, he's the worst 300 hitter I've ever seen in a sim game. But he's 3 for 3 today. Represents a tying run. And here's Lee Mazzilli 0 for 2. Hit and run. There goes Hendu. Mazzilli makes contact. The only plays to first. John snared it. Thought about going to second, but got the sure out at first. So with 2 outs, Henderson's in scoring position. Mets stay out of the double play by putting the runner in motion. And here's Jerry Grote 2 for 2. Can Grote tie this game up? Henderson 6 out of 10 base running ability. Grote ready to grip and rip. Pitch homeward bound. And Grote singles to center. Henderson hits third and scores! Jerry Grote 3 for 3. The Go-Go Metropolitans have tied it at 3. And here's Doug Flynn. He's 1 for 2. Grote's at first. The Dodgers have run into quite an angry beehive here at Shea called the Go-Go Metropolitans. Here's the pitch to Flynn. And Flynn grounds it to Russell. He'll go the short way to Lopes to force out Grote, but the Mets tie it up. We now go to the top of the 7th, tied at 3. Rick Baldwin back up on the mound. He'll stay there. He seems okay. He's thrown 9 pitches. He's good for 20. He's going to go aggressive to Tommy John. And John grounds it to Millan. Millan throws to Kranepool. And John is out. Kranepool had a little trouble, but he held on to the ball. 1 down. Here's Davey Lopes, 1 for 3. The pitch from Baldwin. Fly ball down the line. Foul. Becomes a souvenir for a fan. Henderson gave chase, but ran out of room. Full count. Baldwin goes aggressive. Ground ball. Flynn, long throw to Kranepool. What a bullet. 2 down. Baldwin, 21 pitches, and that's going to be it for Baldwin. He faced 4 Dodgers and retired them all. So Baldwin's day is done. Righty switch hitter, righty, righty, righty. They're going to go to... we got to go double switch, though. We don't want to just bring in Lockwood to pitch to one batter. Pitcher's spot is up second. We can always see what Kranepool does and then decide what Lockwood will do with Lockwood. We take Flynn out. Flynn's a 7 defender. Harrelson's only a 4. Skip Lockwood comes in for Baldwin. Skip Lockwood has been the best Metropolitan pitcher. 9 wins, 5 losses, 18 saves in the replay, 2.33 earned run average. In actuality, 4-8 with 20 saves, 3.38. Steps in with 2 outs, top of the 7th. Base is empty. He'll face Bill Russell, who's 0 for 3. Lockwood has a quick word with Jerry Grote. Grote back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. Pitch to Russell. Russell grounds to Kranepool. Kranepool waves off Lockwood. Steps on the bag, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Knotted at 3. Another doozy here at Shea. It's going to be Kranepool, Lockwood, and Randall. Kranepool's 0 for 2. He's our best defensive first baseman, though. Youngblood, Milner, 234. Kranepool will swing away. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. Lefty-lefty matchup. John deals to Kranepool. Kranepool grounds it to Russell. Russell throws to Garvey. It's a low throw, but Garvey picks it out of the sand. And that is 1 down. Lockwood will hit for himself. He only threw 1 pitch. Lockwood really choking up on that bat. He is batting .250, no homers, 1 ribby. Randall on deck. John deals to his counterpart, Skip Lockwood. And Lockwood grounds it slowly to Russell, charging in from short. He throws to Garvey. Good, quick, strong throw. 2 down. So Russell's been a busy Beaver at short. Top of the order, 2 outs for Lenny Randall. He's 0 for 3. 34-game hit streak on the line. Drag bunt. Randall drops it down. Yeager again lets it roll foul. 0-2 count. Randall back in the right-hander's batter's box. He awaits the John offering. Here's the pitch. And Randall, base hit to center. 35-game hit streak. Mets fans rise. And here comes the gato. Felix Millan. Felix the Cat, as we've nicknamed him. Randall's at first, the go-ahead run, being held on by Garvey. Millan 1 for 3 is 1 hit, a home run. The pitch, the gato. Ground ball to Russell. He'll throw to first, and the side is retired. So the 2-out single does not hurt, but Lenny Randall extends his hit streak to 35, and the Mets fans give him a standing ovation as he goes to his defensive position at third. We go to the top of the 8th, knotted at 3 here at Shea. Lockwood back up on the bump. He only threw 1 pitch to retire Bill Russell. He's going to face Reggie Smith, Ron Cey, and Steve Garvey. Smith, a switch hitter, will bat lefty. Lockwood picks up the sign from Grody. He deals to Smith. Ground ball foul, right side, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lockwood's ready. Into the breach one more time. Ground ball, Kranepool has it. Races to the bag. 1 down. Eddie Kranepool. Mets throw the ball around the infield. And here comes Ron Cey, the Penguin. He's 2 for 3. They're going to see if they get him to reach. And he pops it foul. Randall near the line makes the catch, and it would have been a fair ball. So Cey reaches out of the zone. Great job by Lockwood and Grody calling that pitch. And there's 2 outs. Nice play by Randall down the third base line. Here comes Mr. Clean, Steve Garvey. He has a 20-game hitting streak. Steve Garvey, definitely a team player, was 0 for 2. And then, instead of swinging away, he dropped a bunt down to move Ron Cey into scoring position, thus taking away a bat. But it was a good team play, but the Dodgers didn't score. Here's the pitch to Garvey, 0 for 2. Garvey, fly ball, down the line and foul in left. No, Henderson caught it! Henderson caught it! He bangs into the stands. He comes away with it. Let's watch that replay. The side is retired. Holy cow! Steve Henderson caught it. He ate his Wheaties today. He's 3 for 3 in a magnificent play in left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Mike Don't Call Me Jerry Vale, Steve Henderson, and movie star handsome Lee Mazzilli. Vale's 0 for 3. Henderson on deck. Mazzilli in the hole. Yeager behind the plate. The fluff baller on the mound. The pitch from John to Vale. Vale grounds it right side. Garvey to John, covering, 1 down. So Vale having a very tough time with Tommy. He won't be crooning tonight. And that brings up Steve Henderson, 3 for 3. Can he go yard? Mazzilli on deck. They play the charge. Will Henderson heed the call? Here's the pitch. Henderson, 4 for 4. Base hit past the dive of Russell in the left. Henderson. Go ahead run at first with 1 out. Mazzilli 0 for 3. Hit and run. There goes Henderson. Mazzilli swings. Fly ball down the left field line. And Baker cannot make the catch. Does not have the same success Hendu did. So it's an 0-2 count. 1 out. Henderson takes a slight lead. Garvey holds him on. John takes a peek. Now it gets the sign from Yeager. Pitch to Mazzilli. Mazzilli, base hit, left center field. Henderson hits second and will hold. They don't want to run into that out. Only a 53% chance of success. So Mazzilli picks up his first hit, and here's Jerry Grote. Grote, tough as nails. 3 hits today. They played charge. The Mets carry 3 catchers. I love that. I love that we carry 3 catchers. It's awesome. Because you can do all kinds of fun maneuvers. I never understand teams who carry those, like, crappy pitchers at the end of their pitching staff, and they never, especially in the playoffs. It makes no sense. You should always carry 3 catchers in the playoffs. That's just my personal opinion. John up to 100 pitches. He's good for 130. Go-ahead run in Henderson at second. 6 out of 10 base running ability. Mazzilli 8 out of 10 at first. Can Grote go 4 for 4? John deals to Grote. They throw behind him. Mazzilli. Oh, thank God. He dives back in. Oof. Mazzilli, thinking about his movie star good looks, almost got caught napping. 1 ball, no strikes to Grote. Grote with the advantage. Yeager sets the target. The pitch from John. Grote, base. No! Lopes to Russell. To Garvey. Double play. Lopes robs a base hit up the middle, snaring it, quickly flipping to Russell, coming across the bag and on to Garvey. 4-6-3. We go to the top of the 9th. The Mets squander the go-ahead run at second, and we're knotted at 3. Skip Lockwood back up on the bump. He will face Baker, Burke, and Yeager. Here's the pitch to Dusty Baker, 2 for 2. Baker grounds to Randall. Randall charges it. Quick release to Kranepool. 1 away. Here comes Glenn Burke. Burke 1 for 3. They'll go aggressive to Burke. Oh, they plunked him. I don't think Lockwood wanted to do that. That's going to leave a mark. And Burke is out of the game. Manny Mota will run for him. He seems to be in some pain. There's some chirping between the dice. Lockwood tells him to shut the mother up. The Mets are like, yeah, like we want to put the winning run at the go-ahead run at first. Mets not too pleased with these boys from La La Land. Here's Yeager, 1 for 3. Manny Mota, 74% chance of stealing second base. Lockwood's going to throw over. Mota gets back. Now the pitch to Yeager. There goes Mota. Grote throws down. Mota is gunned out. El Gato plants the tag on Mota. Has a few choice words for him. A little pushing and shoving. Order is restored. These go-go Mets don't take no crap. So there's 2 outs. Base is empty. 1 ball, no strikes to Yeager. And again, there's just back and forth between the dugouts. Here's the pitch from Lockwood. And he strikes out Yeager. He points at the Dodgers dugout. Doesn't wish them Merry Christmas. Jogs off the mound. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Another epic here at Shea by the Go-Go Metropolitans. Due up. Flynn, Kranepool. And if anyone gets on, a pinch hitter for Lockwood. Tommy John, 102 pitches, good for 130. Doug Flynn, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Doug Flynn pops it up. Russell, outfield grass. Waiting, makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Eddie Kranepool. Kranepool, 0 for 3. Our best defensive first baseman. Kranepool, in the replay, batting 161 against lefties, only 190. I'm sorry, 150. In reality, 131. I was looking on base by accident. Lockwood's on deck. We're going to let Kranepool swing away. Here's the pitch. And Kranepool grounds it up the middle. Loose behind the bag. Makes a nice play. Quickly pivots. Throws to Garvey. 2 down. Oh, nuts. I thought we snuck a ball through the middle. And here's Lockwood. He'll stay in to hit. The pitch to Skip. And Lockwood flies out to Baker. We go to free baseball once again. Second game in a row, free baseball against the Dodgers. Lockwood, 27 pitches, will face Tommy John. John, 1 for 3. No, it's going to be the pinch hitter extraordinaire Lee Lacy. Lacy batting .258, 5 homers, 10 ribbies. Lockwood kicks and deals to Lacy. Lacy fly ball down the line. Vail makes the run. And the catch in the corner. As he shows it to the man in blue, he puts his arm up as he bangs into the side. Hello, Terry. Hope all is well. He says, hello, Al. Go Mets. Yes, go Mets. Davey Lopes, 1 for 4. They go aggressive. Lopes lines out to El Gato. Felix Millan. He snares it like a cat with yarn. 2 outs. Base is empty. Bill Russell. Lockwood takes a deep breath. Arms over his head. Now he brings him down to his chest. He rocks and deals. Ground ball. Cranepool diving play. Pops up. Steps on the bag. And the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Can the Metropolitans push across 1 run? Top of the order. Randall, Millan, and Vail. And now former Red Sox Mike Garman. Garman pitched in last night's game. He's having not a bad retro replay. 3-0 with 5 saves, 1.37. In reality, 4-4 with 12 saves, 2.73. Here's the pitch to Randall, who extended his hit streak, and Randall strikes out. Wow. Randall just totally befuddled in that at-bat. Here comes Felix the Cat. 1 for 4. His 1 hit was a homer. Vail's on deck. Vail does not hit well against righties. Garman, he picks up the sign. Oh, and Joe Simpson's in center. Very poor range, above average arm. Here's the pitch to Millan. Millan rips a shot down the line. It's going to be extra bases. A 1-out double. The winning run, and Felix Millan's at second. Here's Mike Vail. He's not going to hit because he does not hit righties. Millan will be lifted for Bud Harrelson. Harrelson, 7 out of 10 base running ability. So here's Bud Harrelson. The wheels are churning in the Mets dugout. They want to stick it to these guys from the West Coast. And Vail 0 for 4. Disappointing day against Tommy John. And here comes Bruce Beauclair. So Bruce Beauclair will pinch hit. Bruce Beauclair batting .366, 5 homers and 30 ribbies. He can win it here. Harrelson, 7 out of 10 base running ability. Garman throws strikes. Here's the pitch to Beauclair. Beauclair, ground ball. Russell, Garvey, 2 down. Oh. And did Harrelson? Harrelson takes off and goes to third when Russell threw the ball. Let's watch that again. Winning run 90 feet away, but there's 2 outs now. Harrelson reads it. As soon as that ball's released, he's off to third. Gutsy play by Harrelson. Mets fans want to see Steve Henderson go 5 for 5. He can win it here. He's 4 for 4 today. Single, 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 and you guessed it, another single. Mazzilli on deck. Garman takes a deep breath. Gravy sweat running down his cheeks. Here's the pitch to Henderson. And they walk Henderson. Wow, so Yeager steps up, puts his arm out, and they walk Henderson. And here's Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli, 2 game-winning ribbies in our replay season. He is 1 for 4. Mazzilli's going to take. That's a ball. It's going to give Garman something to think about. Zilly, switch hitter, batting lefty, choking up on that bat. He just got to slap this ball through the infield, and Bud Harrelson will score the winning run from third. Garman kicks and deals. Mazzilli, ground ball up the middle. Russell has it, throws to Garvey. Free baseball continues. The Mets strand the winning run at third. We go to the top of the 11th. Lockwood back up on the bump. He's thrown 35 pitches, good for 50. The Mets, when you get an opportunity to win a game with the Mets, you got to go all out, folks. So, at second base, we're going to put Doug Flynn at second. He'll go from short to second. And Harrelson will go to short. And Beauclair will go to right. So Harrelson's a 4 out of 10 at short. Flynn moves to second. He drops from a 7 at short to a 6 at second. And Beauclair, 3 out of 10 range in right with a 4 out of 10 arm. Reggie Smith is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch from Lockwood. And Reggie Smith doubles, triples, here's the throw, and he slides in safe. Holy cow. So the Mets, who had the game-winning run at second and couldn't produce fruit, now must pull their infield in as Reggie Smith triples the opposite way. Henderson had trouble digging that ball out in the corner. Infield in, outfield normal. Here's the pitch to the Penguin, Ron Cey, 2 for 4. Ground ball, Randall boots it, and the go-ahead run scores. Oh, nuts. And it's 4-3. Randall looking up, prepared to fire to the plate, boots the ball. And here's Steve Garvey. He has one more opportunity to extend his 20-game hitting streak. Cey being held on at first. They throw over, Cey is back. Here's the pitch to Garvey, 0 for 3. Pops it up, right side. Flynn, Kranepool. It's Kranepool. He makes the catch, 1 down. Oh, nuts. Dusty Baker, 2 for 3. Double play ball. That's what Lockwood wants. Keep it a 1-run deficit. Baker pinwheels the bat. Ready to grip and rip. Brody sets a target. Pitch from Lockwood, homeward bound. And that's a base hit down the line. Henderson has it. They're going to wave Cey around. Another triple, and it's 5-3. So Lockwood, ouch. That's all we can say. 5-3. The wheels on the bus are not going round, round, round. They're coming off. 1 out. Infield moves in again. Outfield straightaway and normal. They're going to go aggressive to Simpson, and they strike him out. Lockwood up to 52 pitches. 2 outs. He seems tired. That's the red indicator. Lockwood has been so good for the Metropolitans. And if they lose, it's just awful that the loss is pinned on him. But he did give up 2 triples in this inning. That's it for Lockwood. They're going to go to Nino Espinosa to come in to try to get 1 freaking out. It will be Nino Espinosa. 6-6 in the replay, 4.01. In reality, 10-13, 3.42. We just want 1 out from Nino Espinosa. Baker's at third. Here's the pitch from Espinosa to Yeager. Ground ball to Flynn. Flynn throws to Kranepool. We got the out. Hello, DJ from the left coast. He's got to be a Dodgers fan. He's gonna be very happy. All right, so now it's Charlie Huff. Huff, the closer, who threw a knuckleball, but I forgot he also threw hard. I realized that when we played them. Huff is 5-6 with 21 saves in the replay, 4.30 earned run average. In reality, 6-12 with 22 saves, 3.32. It's Grody, Flynn, and Kranepool. Grody will be pinch hit for. There comes John Stearns. So John Stearns the pinch hit for Jerry Grody. Huff throws strikes. The pitch to Stearns. And he strikes him out. 1 down. Dodgers 2 outs away from a victory here. Doug Flynn. I don't think we have anyone else who can play freaking... Oh, no, we got Johnny Miller. We got Joel Youngblood. Joe Youngblood will pinch hit for Doug Flynn. Youngblood batting 0.65. Due for a big bop. Huff's ready. He deals. Youngblood lines out to say the Penguin with a little penguin hop there. Throws it around the infield now. There's 2 outs, and here's Eddie Kranepool. Kranepool, glad that finally a righty's in the game. He's 0 for 4. He needs to get on base. Espinosa's on deck. He will not hit. The pitch to Kranepool. Kranepool lines out to Simpson in center. The Mets strike the ball well the last 2 batters, but they're lineouts. And the Dodgers take it in extra innings 5-3. In another fun game from Shea. The Mets are only 2 games over 500 now. We had the winning run 90 feet away, but we couldn't get that base hit. Let's go to the box score, and it's going to be a quick box score, folks. Screen will go black for a moment, and then the stat report will come up. All right, let's go to the pitching first. Another fun game by the Go-Go Metropolitans, who were down 3, rallied back to tie it, but would only lose it as the Dodgers scored 2 in the top of the 11th. Dodgers take it 5-3. Dodgers now go to 64-42. The Mets are now 53-51. 2 games over 500. Still a pretty good pace for us for the 77 Mets. Pitching. John went 9 innings, no decision. 11 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 homer by El Gato, Felix Millan, the cat. No walks, struck out 8. Garman got the win, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Huff picks up his 22nd save, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. No hits, no walks. John Matlack stunk as usual. 5 1/3. We lifted him quite quickly to keep it a 3-run game. As we went to Baldwin, who's been really shut down out of the... We use him just against righties, and he's just totally nasty against righties. And as long as we keep him, use players so they can succeed, we'll have okay results. So Matlack, who stinks, I didn't even want to start him, but my God, I had to start somebody. 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 homer, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Baldwin, 1 1/3. No hits, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. Lockwood, 4 innings, tough luck loser. 9-6 now, 2 hits, 2 runs. They came in the top of the 11th on triples by Smith and I think it was Baker. Yep, Smith and Baker. He struck out 2. Espinosa got the final out in the top of the 11th on a ground ball to Flynn. Quickly go to the batting. Lopes 1 for 5 with a strikeout. Russell 0 for 5. Smith, two extra inning games in this series back to back, both fun games. Smith 1 for 5, a run scored, 2 strikeouts, a triple. Say 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, and a ribby. He had a homer. Garvey 0 for 4, his hit streak's done. Baker 3 for 4, a ribby and a walk and a triple. Burke 1 for 3, a run scored and a strikeout. Moda, the pinch runner, was thrown out at second trying to steal. Simpson 0 for 1, he struck out. Caught the ball to end the game on a line shot by Kranepool to center. Yeager 1 for 5, a run scored, he struck out twice. Tommy John 1 for 3, he knocked in 2. Imagine that. That's the killer right there. Freaking John Matlack gives up a hit to the pitcher that knocks in 2 runs. Had we got him out, we win the game. Lee Lacy, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. Garman and Huff pitched did not hit. Dodgers in a victory, 41 at-bats, 5 runs, 10 hits, 4 ribbies, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 2 triples, and a homer. For the Mets, Lenny Randle 1 for 5, but that 1 hit extends his hit streak to 35 games. He struck out 4 times. His average now dips to 364. Millan 2 for 5, a run scored, a ribby and a homer, and a double, 245. Bud Harrelson, pinch runner. Vail 0 for 4, he struck out twice. He did not feast on left-handed pitching today. 345 his average is now. Beauclair 0 for 1, 364. as he pinch hit and stayed in right. Henderson had quite a day, 4 for 4, runs scored, and a walk. He's up to 325 now. Mazzilli 1 for 5 with a run scored, 286. Grody 3 for 4 with a ribby, 344 for Grody. Our Mets can put him in the right situation to succeed. Stearns came in to pinch hit and catch, 0 for 1, 266. Now Flynn 1 for 4 with a ribby, 203. Youngblood 0 for 1.063 as he pinched hit. Cranepool 0 for 5. Again, he doesn't hit lefties, but we had him in for his glove. Struck out once. He's now down to 322. Matlack, God, I hate him. Not really, but I mean in the game. 0 for 2, and he struck out twice. Baldwin pitched and not hit. Lockwood 0 for 2. Espinoza pitched not hit. The Mets in defeat, 43 at-bats, 3 runs, 12 hits, 3 ribbies, 1 walk, 10 Ks, 1 double, 1 homer. Player of the game. Let's see. I'm going to guess Baker's player of the game. Tommy John. No decision, but 9 innings. All right. Dodgers left 6 runners on base. So did the Metropolitans. And we're just going to show you the recap real quick. We'll leave it up there for a second. You can read it. I'm going to hit the hay. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Captain Carl. Danny N. Grays and Cards, thank you. Captain Carl, I already said that. How you doing, Danny? Hope all is well with Grayson and yourself and the family. Wonderful channel. Check it out. Ken Castro, this game was for you. He wanted someone to stream, so I did it. Terry, thank you. Fanatics of Film, thank you. Check out his channel. Dave Gardner, thank you. And that's it, folks. That's it. Mets lose. They're now... So we have 1 game left to play the Red Sox today. So let's just take a look at the standings real quick. We'll close that out. Mets lose 5-3 in 11. And hopefully I left it up there long enough so people can read it if they want. You can always pause it also. And the Mets now drop. They're still in 3rd place, but they're 10.5 back. Pittsburgh's 3 out, and Philly's in 1st. Red Sox are 6 games back. We once had a 10-game lead. 78 comes early. The pitching's just not good for the 77. I can hit. The pitching's not really good for the Red Sox in 77, just like in reality. We're 57-44. The Yankees 65-40. Kansas City 63-68. So spot on. Houston's been a surprise, though. I don't think they were that good in 77. And they're only a game and a half out. Cincinnati 6 out behind the Dodgers. Texas is 6 back. But are they a real threat to Kansas City? I kind of feel, are we still a real threat to the Yankees? We got to go on a big win streak. All right, that's it, folks. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Love you all. You know what's coming, folks. Health, happiness, and peace.